Well, good evening and thank you very much for joining us. And we begin tonight with an earthquake in northern Alberta striking south of Grand Prairie. The 5.2 magnitude quake could be felt as far away as Prince George. Now, Earthquakes Canada says the quake struck this morning at 8:41. The epicenter is 5 kilometers deep, halfway between Grand Prairie and Grand Cache. The agency's website says it was felt in Fort St. John, Taylor, and Dawson Creek. Earthquakes Canada suspects the cause was from fracking in the area from an energy company. The largest quake to hit Alberta was back in 2022. The 5.7 magnitude quake struck 40 kilometers south of Peace River. That too was caused by hydraulic fracking. And the earthquake in Alberta is one of just many to hit our region. After years that energy companies in North BC have been causing quakes due to fracking. Now one Peace Region rancher is saying enough is enough. He's calling on the BC energy regulator to do a better job of holding oil and gas companies accountable. And as Jeff Cunha reports, those energy companies have been affecting his family's ranch, and he wants it to stop.
A run of calves left shaken and a natural spring now down to a trickle at the Dead Horse Creek cattle ranch near Wanawan. The cause, according to one resident, 2 earthquakes triggered by hydraulic fracking.
It's continuously being getting worse and more frequent to this point where we're at now.
Paralympian and rancher Bo Hedges says a premature set of calf twins were birthed right after the earthquakes.
For the next basically 2.5, 3 days, all of them are kind of on edge, which probably led to the more calves coming out in the end.
Hedges says the BC energy regulator is downplaying recent quakes despite years of reported tremors and criticizes the agency's lack of transparency, calling their approach simply reactionary.
There needs to be more of a proactive monitoring and regulation around it.
The BCER releasing a technical update saying they are now taking steps to strengthen oversight of seismic activity in Northeast BC. Special project orders will see operations of energy companies suspended immediately after a magnitude 3 or above quake in the Farmington area. Operations in the greater Wanawan Pink Mountain region will automatically be suspended after a quake of 4.0 or higher.
It took something like that for them to finally implement something that they've been working on or said they've been working on for quite some time.
Earthquakes Canada reported 2 earthquakes were felt in Fort St. John less than 2 hours apart on February 11th and 12th, hitting at a depth of 5 kilometers, the intensity of the quakes ranging between a magnitude 3.8 and 4.3. The BCER confirming to CJDC-TV they were caused by tourmaline fracking.
It hasn't been until recently where with the fracking coming in and that sort of thing, where it's starting to consistently affect kind of our lifestyle and our ranching business itself.
Hedges not holding it against the energy companies, saying they're only doing what's within their regulations. There were no reports of damage, according to Earthquakes Canada. However, there is also no sign of activity slowing down.
We're going to have a company that's going to frack within eyeshot distance of our ranch house right across the valley here come this summer some point. And so that's very concerning to us.
We reached out to the BCER for an interview and comment on resident concerns and the changes being implemented. Our repeated attempts today going unanswered. Last week, however, they did tell us that processes are in place and they are in contact with the companies involved to ensure public safety. In Fort St. John, Jeff Cunha, CJDC-TV News.